What's up, you party animals? This is the finale, hopefully, of Metroid Dread. How you doing, Max?
I'm pretty good tonight. Yeah, when the computer is telling you to fulfill your destiny, I feel like
Yeah, you go fulfill
gotta-
your destiny.
I was literally just gonna ask, like, hey, is there a Meridia 2 break kind of deal in this game?
Right.
Okay, so that's
Kinda,
it's
not
literally
really.
to get to the end game. It was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, it was
but
satisfying, but it wasn't quite as epic as being deposited into the Meridia water tank.
until yeah, exactly. That's true. And there was like
But
a
what
nice
is?
crack, like oh shit, yeah.
What is that satisfying, I ask you?
Not so much these days.
No, man. Well, we were talking last time about like how, Super Metroid is like, even by modern standards, a really exciting game. Stuff like that is part of the reason. Like, it doesn't matter if it's in 16 bits or 128 bits. Like, that part in Meridia is just cool.
Yeah. And it's like, I know a part of this is the culture we live in where like YouTube and stuff can spoil stuff if you want to, but most of the time, most of the time I'm not spoiling stuff for myself. So I think maybe part of it is just not being a kid anymore. That I'm not as surprised, but I love games still, and new games still, like, I find new things and they're great to play, but to be absolutely like, whoa, I never expected that to happen, like, does not happen nearly as often as
definitely.
it used to.
Like, at this point, you know what we should do next episode? We should play that Matrix demo.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can, or I guess either of us could take the reins on that one.
Well, I have it on PS5. Well, I guess your graphics card could more than handle it, too.
PS5, that's right. Yeah, I guess either of us can do it. PS5 could definitely handle that shit.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was I gonna say? The last thing and games still surprised me. There were definitely some things that... Getting down to the wire here.
He just does a lot of damage. A little closer than it needed to be, but that's okay.
Nice.
Speaking of that, there may be a part of the ending of this game that surprises you.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Not in like a, oh my god, this game had... The whole series had the deepest storyline of all time, and we just never knew it. But more like, oh, that's just really fucking badass.
Oh, cool. All right.
So that's the elevator to the final boss. We're going to go back and save, obviously, so I don't have to do that again. Actually, we might want to double back here real quick and grab a extra power bomb or two. There's a part of the final boss that the power bombs just make it a lot more tolerable.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I remember they were never, like, the greatest offensive option for bosses.
No, but they
clearing out
interestingly
enemies,
enough,
sure.
they do incorporate them in a pretty cool way here.
Cool. Yeah, you could just tell Mercury's team loves Metroid. Like,
oh, yeah.
They really, and they put their fans that they weren't trying to be like, we need to preserve the original as much as possible. They're like, how can we make this? It's like me and you when we were kids. Wouldn't it be cool
how
if
can
Samus
this be
did
as
this?
like badass as humanly possible?
Exactly. Samus is such a badass in this game. The cinematics are fucking like, hell yeah, like, oh, like,
Yeah, no, like my anus clenches during some of these parts.
Suddenly, what popped in my mind right now is when we went to go watch The Dark Knight Rises the first time in theaters.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, one great movie to see in theaters. Like, it's fantastic.
It was,
the first time around.
Love it or hate it overall. I'm of the camp that I enjoyed it, even if I didn't enjoy it as much as The Dark Knight. But oh my gosh, there were parts of it because you couldn't really take it for granted because it was the third one and it was its own self-contained universe, and so like you didn't know what they were going to do necessarily.
Yeah, the image that came to mind is like
I had a couple theories. Like I thought that they might make Bruce actually a cripple for the rest of the movie, and he basically coaches Joseph Gordon-Levitt to be the new Batman. Like I thought that's where they were going for a little while.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too.
Which would have been fine.
Yeah. That was getting a little like, well, one Robin, but like Batman Beyond kind of vibes in there.
That would have been a much more acceptable
crippled...
version of Robin, I think.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
For the tone of that trilogy, anyways.
Yeah. I'd say it was kind of like weird at the end. Like you wanted, I don't think it was like necessarily there for sequel potential. I think it was like, I want to add Robin to this somehow.
Yeah.
But Christopher Nolan always said, like, I don't plan on putting Robin in this at all. And maybe he meant, like, as an active, like, participant in the action. But, yeah, I didn't really expect to have Robin at all until that movie. Right. You know? Because it was, like, very obvious who Joseph Gordon-Levitt was, you know? Like, when you started watching the movie, I feel like.
Oh, totally.
But, yeah. But... having Batman be like broken, one from that fight, but then just like spiritually broken as well.
Yeah.
And then to like
I did this
over the course of a long movie to like come back, and when he starts fighting Bane at the end and he's like punching him and his mask starts breaking.
Oh,
I remember
and like how he's like he doesn't like he straight up gets better and beats Bane straight on, which I thought was kind of cool. Like he didn't use a trick, right? Like, you know, usually there's something like the superhero does, or like he concocts some clever gadget, and you know that makes all the difference.
Which is fine for some superhero, like outsmarting them, but he doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, he just straight up worked out in prison, stronger than Bane,
and he just wanted it more.
Yeah,
I remember you seeing that. You were just like, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like for every superhero movie. Like for instance, I kind of want to see like Spider-Man outsmart his opponents. You know, if that makes sense. Yeah. That's more true to his character. That. But it was cool just to see, like, you know, Batman just wins by the sheer strength of his resolve at the end.
Yeah.
Like that was a cool fight.
And it's like everything about that is thematic to the movie itself. You know, Dark Knight Rises. He was so low, you know, and it's like, yeah, he was in a prison underground or whatever, but like spiritually too.
Right.
Everything he kind of believed in, everything
that was demoralizing.
Was being taken away, was being crushed, and it was definitely demoralizing for him. So it was a nice moment to be like, fuck yeah, he's back.
Oh absolutely. And I thought they handled it really well overall. And like people complain like that, oh man, Bane went out like a chump. I don't think so. He lost in a straight fight to Bruce, and he was about to, you know, just kill him dishonestly, right? And so like Bruce had already won the fight against him, so I didn't care that Catwoman came along at the end and just blew him away, because in my mind he was already vanquished.
Yeah.
Like that didn't bother me. Talia al Ghul was kind of forced in.
That was absolutely that was just like, this doesn't, it's not like it didn't make sense, it kind of didn't, but it was just like twist for twisty's sake.
They did not do enough to actually organically weave her into the story.
I agree. And it was just like all that, like pretending you're someone else, like to donate the money you did, to pretend you're the social, like, I don't know, it really did seem kind of ham-fisted, like to just to have an M. Night Shyamalan twist in there.
Well, and like even then, like the earlier fights with Bane, like they don't make sense in the context of the reality of the film, right? Like Bane kept saying to Bruce that he's Ra's al Ghul's destiny, knowing full well that he's not.
He's not.
He's working for Talia. He's not Ra's al Ghul's successor. So why would he pretend to be?
And like so that just tells you that he's kind of like taking orders like a chump, which is sort of like, okay, it's not like it takes away from his character that much. Like, oh, you didn't believe in this in the beginning. Like, no, he did. He's just doing it under the orders of, but it's like how much of it was actually Bane and how much of it was following orders, you know?
Right, like was he more of like a zealot, or was he just, you know, simping for Talia?
yeah, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah, because like I personally like the rendition of him where he is just like an absolute fanatic, and there's like no reasoning with him or. or any way to like, you know, he doesn't really have a motivation outside of sheer destruction. Like I like that about him. Like he's all about carnage.
And it seemed like so much of a destruction of a person. Like so much of what he did was specifically,
which is hilarious because it turns out there is no personal beef with Bruce.
Just with Talia, you know.
Talia, of course, has a personal problem with him, but not Bane, which is which is the implication there.
Yeah. Also, like, how did we get on Batman? But anyway.
Oh yeah, so you were saying like the first time you saw The Dark Knight Rises, it had that kind of energy about it.
Oh yeah, and I think we were talking about like being surprised by things.
Correct.
But yeah.
Let's get back on that because that's an interesting topic.
It is like I remember, what is the game? Axiom Verge.
Yeah.
We've talked about this mechanic before, and I didn't even realize they were randomized at the time, but those different dimensions to get like different weapons, they're not necessary to beat the game.
Oh, really?
But you can stumble upon them sometimes, and they're so weird because they don't follow the rules of a Metroidvania or even like physics in general. Like you'll find a whole other area, like say right here, just in a random
like a
block,
wormhole in reality, yeah.
Like like a thin little thing that shouldn't go anywhere. You can only fit in there as a morph ball, but then you get in and it's like bigger on the inside, like 1,000 times bigger on the inside, and it's like what? Yeah. That was really cool to me because you just really did not expect it at all, and it almost like interrupts your game.
Yeah.
And when something like shocks you, and you think you know what a game is kind of about, not even like the story, but just like thematically, like okay, this is what they do, and then they do some shit like that. It's just like whoa. This feels like a not a dream as in a good thing, but a dream as in this doesn't make sense and I like it. Like I'm just along for the ride.
Oh yeah, so that's a cool feeling. But like when a game can legit shock you.
Yeah, and not to put you on the spot, but can you think of the last time a game, and maybe it was recently, maybe not, but a game surprised you where you were like, whoa, whether it be story, okay, what, and I don't care about spoilers. So what surprised you with that?
So like I was going into it expecting like almost I don't know, not God of War. That's a bad way to say it, but a God of War style hack and slash. Okay. That game is like the swordplay in that is almost a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
it is that good. Like the game invites you to literally meditate upon its mechanics. It is such a unique thing.
Okay, that's interesting. So the game itself surprised you with the gameplay mechanics.
Yes, and like it started off just like holy shit, these are gameplay graphics, but then it became more of like a just this could have 16-bit graphics, and the gameplay and style of it would still be mind-blowing. It had been, I think the last game that I had delved into absolutely everything, did every quest, and then when it was all over, I still wanted more. The last one before Ghost of Tsushima was probably The Witcher 3.
Oh shit, okay.
And it captured that exact same kind of emotional response for me.
Okay. That is one I definitely have to play. Like, I kind of forget about it even. Like,
dude, you owe it to yourself to experience Ghost of Tsushima. It is. Okay. It's not just a good game. I would argue it's like the PS4 was an amazing generation of games. It was absolutely probably absolutely for me within the top 5 releases of that generation. Even though it was in the last real year of it, and is technically more of a PS5 game than a PS4 game because you don't actually get the 60 FPS and like the pixel perfect gameplay unless you play it that way.
Yeah. I mean, they were really at the end. I guess they also knew the PS5 was coming, and a lot of people had like PS4 Pros, but they really started pushing the boundaries.
Oh yeah, like it's a game that even the PS4 Pro was not fully equipped to handle. We've gotten 0 power bombs. I'm about ready just to go back and take on the boss. I would like at least one more. That would be nice. That'd be helpful.
I mean, what are they giving you? Just health?
So this is the route we were supposed to take to the gravity suit. We skipped all of this.
Oh, gotcha. I was about to say, this looks unfamiliar. But I know some places change their look sometimes.
No, this is how we were supposed to get the gravity suit.
Well, it's going pretty quick.
It is, yeah. I'll if we don't get at least one power bomb down here.
I'm just saying, experiencing it the first time with the gravity suit is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, this was meant to be kind of a slog, actually.
It seems like it.
Suck it, whale.
Oh my god, that screw attack.
Yeah, the screw attack is, I mean, you literally screw things to death.
Do you have Ghost on PS5? Or you still have
So here's the cool thing. Like, I want to figure out what the actual difference is between the definitive edition, because when the PS5 came out, Ghost of Tsushima actually got a free update for the PS5 that made everything 60 FPS even with the ultra high-res textures.
With the PS4 disc?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
It was one of the games that did that. So, like, I'm curious to know what all is different about the PS5 version.
Okay, and I'm being. Is it? Oh, I'm thinking of something else. I was like, didn't they just announce that? Because there was a PS5 version, but now they're announcing there's like a new director's cut PS5 version.
Correct.
But that's. Oh, is that true?
Yeah. There's a director's cut version. I just don't know what's different.
So this is a second. It's a second PS5 version.
Well, so no. The PS4 game became a PS5 sort of, kinda, because it got a free update that just made everything shinier.
Yeah, so it's like the PS4 game that if you play on PS5, hey, here's a free update to take advantage of the system.
Right.
But then there's also the PS5 game that's like, hey, here's the director's cut. I was thinking, oh, there's a second PS5 version, but I'm actually thinking of Death Stranding.
Oh,
because
okay.
It came out on PC. I think it came out on. Oh, okay. It came out on PS4, then it came out on PC, and then it came out on PS5, I think, as a director's cut.
Oh, is that right?
And now,
okay.
Yeah, and then the PC is now getting the director's cut. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
These Sony
that's a little bit shitty, actually.
It is definitely a little bit shitty. I mean, not quite on the level of Control Ultimate Edition not having 4K shitty, or Control Regular Edition not getting that update at all. It's like, oh, well, pay for the Ultimate Edition. It's like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, pay for the Ultimate Edition. ... bitch. You're gonna pay. You're gonna like
Oh my god. But still pretty shitty, and also just a little confusing. Like, wait, what's the best version? What do I pay for? Like,
yeah, seriously, like not knowing. Oh, okay. You chumps almost got away.
you almost could have lived. I mean, I'm assuming the planet blows up or something, so take that with a grain of salt.
You have any idea how many of your ilk I've killed?
I mean, I've seen the meme of like animals giving Samus the side eye, knowing what's going to happen to their planet later. But I guess in this one, every life form on this planet has already been taken over by the parasite. So
yeah, right. The parasite and their own like warlord has systematically wiped out everybody. So
yeah, so you've already felt your guilt. I think.
Yeah, Samus is doing this planet a favor.
At this point, yeah, you're hitting the reset button that needs to be hit.
Boy, that's genocidal talk if I've ever heard. How do you justify wiping out an entire planet? That planet needed wiped out. That planet wanted it. See how it was dressing?
Wow.
Oh no. Wait, there was something else in that room.
I was gonna laugh if they were back for just no reason.
Right? No reason whatsoever.
Come back for more, eh? Like, they have a Cockney accent. I don't know why.
Go back for more, eh, bitch. Come on, you wanker.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
Tis but a scratch.
Flesh wound is all that was. I'll give you a right ass kicking. You watch Ted Lasso yet?
No,
It's
I haven't.
so fucking good. Like, you don't have to like soccer. You don't have to like
Wait a second. Is this Apple TV or Amazon?
Apple TV.
Can I watch it anywhere else?
I think they have like a DVD of it if you still want to do that in 2022.
Fuck, no, dude, I don't.
No. Dude, I told you I sold my entire physical movie library except a couple of collector's editions, right?
I think you did because you were able to get most of them on digital. The ones you wanted, at least.
There is almost no point in owning physical movies anymore.
Yeah, I mean, games.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would argue that with me, but
yeah, games I like seeing the collection. So I guess movie buffs they might like seeing that.
Yeah, right. If you're a real cinephile, I can totally get that.
But
I'm not. Like, I just want to watch a movie, and then honestly, it's going to sit on my shelf and I'm never going to interact with it outside of like maybe watching it with one more time before I die with someone who hasn't seen it yet, you know?
Right.
Whereas,
and it's also like putting movies in if you don't have to. I
revisit my classic video games frequently.
Yeah. And I'm even like wondering about video games if I'm always going to be like that. I could see myself moving to digital one day.
Well, I think within a generation I'll probably be, because there won't be much of a incentive to actually own physical copies of games anymore. Like the industry by and large has realized it's way cheaper to just release games digitally.
Yeah,
so,
and they get more of their cut, which
Yep.
is also like, you know what? Most places that I can think of that are like GameStop that specialize in just selling games, they're kind of shitty. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with those companies like having it stuck to them, you know, for sure.
Yeah. GameStop for a long time was riding high on being kind of the only name in town for used games. And granted, there are like a lot of like local used game stores that I just love to go into, because it's like stepping into like the cool kid's basement in the 90s.
Oh, for sure. Love that shit.
Yeah, but that is not GameStop. GameStop was like, hey, we're going to sell you a $60 game for $55. And
and we're going to push it
35 of it.
hard. Like, and it was
like,
hurting developers.
Don't get me wrong, like some developers, you know, we just all last episode talked about how they do some really anti-consumer bullshit themselves. But at the same time, like, they do go through the work of actually creating the game. And so, yeah, I can see why it would be extremely shitty to have someone else just eating the profits for it.
I'm not against used games. You know, I do
want
want to pay developers that I
games are
like.
used.
Yeah. And like developers I like, I'm gonna buy it new because I'm making the choice to support them. But I feel like that should be personal choice.
Yeah.
It's just seeing the used game
you're
market
pro-choice.
so yes, I am. But seeing it so systemic like that, to be like, we're going to push the used games over the new games because we can take the profit. That was just shitty. It just definitely rubbed me the wrong way. So yeah, fuck GameStop.
Or like breaking the seal on new games and then selling it,
calling it new,
or calling it used.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Well, yeah. So like they'll put a floor model on display, put it back in its case, and this is a used game, or they did all kinds of shitty things like that. When I think of like a legit used game market, though, I'm thinking like games that are no longer in circulation. It's a great way for, you know, Nintendo DS games and PS2 games to have a second shot at life, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to like, you know, a Nintendo Switch game that just came out and has, like Metroid Dread, you know, this is a game that I love and I want to see it do extremely well. Buying it used, for $5 cheaper, Nintendo sees none of that back. And as a result, that's one less sale that they can look at and say, wow, people really love Metroid. We should make another one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm investing in my future a little bit, and
Yeah, a little bit.
and
Okay, that's
developers
what I
get to have their meals. So
Yeah.
it's win-win, especially if the difference is $5 like,
Exactly, yeah. And frankly, if the difference is only like $5, I'll always buy new because, I get to break that sexy seal myself. And
exactly, $5 is definitely worth not having sticky residue on your box.
Oh, those nasty GameStop stickers that don't
God.
come off.
Yeah.
Good lord. Yeah. Okay. Six should be enough. We're short a few energy tanks. I don't really care. I'll be fine, I think.
All right. Famous last words.
Yeah, famous last words. We're gonna be fine.
We're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be all right. What could
I
go
bought-
wrong?
I bought this soda, Mountain Voodoo.
Mountain Voodoo.
I-
Oh shit.
I never
Your
knew
insides
this.
must be on fucking fire.
No. It's actually, I like it. I could definitely tell the flavor is not everyone's deal.
Mountain piss.
It's I guess Halloween they release a flavor, a voodoo flavor. This is the 3rd year they've been doing it, and it's always a mystery flavor. And then they announce what the flavor is like a couple months later or something like that. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Wait, is it made by Mountain Dew?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that's
some
awful
weird-
close to trademark infringement.
Right. Oh my god, that would have been like, what are you gonna do about it to Pepsi?
Yeah,
Trademark infringement.
Dude,
Like daring them.
I gotta tell you though, with Mountain Dew, I legit feel like I've hit the age where I can't drink it. Like, Coca-Cola, I'm fine. Non-caffeinated ones, I'm fine. Like Mountain Dew or like the, like quote-unquote extreme sodas,
Surge.
I legit feel bad after I drink those. Like, I get jittery.
How so? Okay.
I don't know, like my body's just like, dude, why do you want this much sugar? Why are you doing this to us?
You know what? I get the feeling. I mean, it's like, obviously, it's all sugar water.
Yeah.
But certain times when I drink, like Mountain Dew, it's just like, dude, you just drank a bunch of sugar water. Like, it actually feels
and
that
like,
way.
I've cut back on my soda intake in general.
Yeah.
And so like the more extreme ones that I wasn't having regularly anyways. Like if I were to drink one now, like I said, it just doesn't sit with me the same way that it used to.
I get you, because it definitely does that to me sometimes. I have to like get back into it, and I have mostly, it's not like I've given up on soda, not at all, but drinking it at home
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I get it.
because of the acid reflux.
There's acid reflux.
Which
They're
again,
just very unnecessary
man.
calories. Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. Anyway, go on.
But
let me live vicariously through you.
Well, it's a mystery flavor every year. I don't know what the other 2 years were, but 2021, it's fruit candy, kind of like Nerds.
Oh, nice.
So it's just like, I like the flavor, but it's
that sounds delightful.
It's very unmistakable and it's kind of strong. So I definitely get some people like Addie's like, oh god, no, this is terrible. But I was just sipping the last
Drink
of it.
your
so
Mountain
this is pretty good.
God damn it.
What's up?
What?
Next time I'll play the hits.
Like, wait, this doesn't look right. Okay, well, we've made this a full episode in the end. That's fine. God, I'm dumb. Anyways, go on. Ugh.
Oh no, just drink the last of it.
I don't know why Mountain's strange. It'd be so funny. This is just a vagina. Oh god.
I could see that as like some overeager dude naming his Johnson Mountain Strange.
I'm sure that would have its own audience. Mountain Strange. You can really taste the vinegar.
Dude, my cell phone.
bad.
So I thought I was just imagining how much my phone sucks now, but no, like OnePlus, basically like Huawei and whatever the other ones are, like Chinese phone makers. A lot of times they have been like really for a Chinese audience, and they're just like weird sometimes crappy phones.
I've heard
But
they're stepping
OnePlus-
up their games, though. Some of them are stepping up their game. Hardcore.
OnePlus stepped up their game years ago, and they were great phones.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
And I was like, with this Android 12 update, it was like, I know a lot of people are kind of hating on Android 12, but it really sucked for me. And I was like,
oh, really?
okay, what's going on? And then it wasn't, I started like going on the internet to be like, does everyone else like hate this like I do? And the first week I didn't see much of anything. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm just crazy. But now it's all over the place. And in Reddit, like, and a whole bunch of websites are dedicating to like what the fuck happened to OnePlus. I guess they got bought out.
Side note: I just love
Chinese
Samus sitting here contemplating all the ways she's gonna kill things.
Well, she's probably experiencing like 30 G's and just like
Right. Her heart is in her ovaries. You know?
Apparently those scenes, because they're all different in between different areas.
Oh yeah, they did. They rendered it with all the suit renditions.
All the suits,
in case
even
people
exactly like
they
they couldn't even figure out some ways that they would have the gravity suit by this time or that time, but they're just like, you know what,
they'll probably do it.
Or I guess not gravity suit, but like they would have the original suit or something, suit. And it's just like, yeah, they'll probably figure some shit out. We don't even know yet. And it's like smart, like, because they will.
and they have. You know, guess I gotta spend a power bomb. See, this is why we got the extra. Okay, good. They gave it right back.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, you were saying
I love
the phone. Like I'm just a basic bitch. I have an iPhone. Go on.
Oh yeah, this fucking thing. So they changed a lot of the graphics, just like, you know, whatever, I can get used to that. But first of all, like the fucking security clearance, some apps don't accept it. Basically, like,
oh, for real.
Yeah, my kind of side gig job has a app on the phone that you can clock in. I can't use it anymore. By the way. It appears the illness caused you. What?
So what was happening to her back there? She like her DNA is literally altered, and she is more Metroid than human at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Your Faux genes must have slowed down the process. They were the only tribe capable of controlling the Metroids.
Wow.
That's why Ravenbeak was able to stop you on his computer.
Suggests that you must also possess Mockin DNA. Metroids are programmed to identify Mockin as enemies. This suggests one thing to me. It is very probable that your metamorphosis occurred as a result of Ravenbeak's attack. His presence awakened the Metroid's killer instinct.
That's interesting.
Since then, your metamorphosis has accelerated. It can no longer be controlled. You are now a Metroid, Samus Aran. Your very existence poses a threat to the galaxy.
Do you notice, like, the back of her armor? Like, the red and the green dots kind of looks like a Metroid?
Holy shit. Like, the cool? Inside of them, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
However, there's no need to fear. You can still contribute to galactic peace. You need only use your new powers correctly.
There's no need to fear, yeah.
He's like, wait a minute. You're not
Tear
Adam.
rolls down our
instructions faithfully so far. Continue to do so. It's that simple.
Wow.
I consider your performance here on ZVR highly satisfactory, as I hope it has even awakened your Metroid.
Yeah, it's not Adam, if you haven't figured that out.
In our first encounter, that one glimpse you showed told me everything. Submit and offer up your power. My plan is the only way to
submit to the computer.
It's also like, has it not been Adam the whole time? That's what it seems like.
Disobedience will not be
that I'm not sure. Because for a lot of the game, it was like legitimately helping you. But I don't know if it was just, you know, Ravenbeak trying to guide you along. So if you've ever wondered why Samus is the only human capable of using Chozo armor and artifacts, it's because she was literally created by the Chozo.
That's nuts.
The plot twist, I am your father.
Yeah, basically. Essentially. But I also love that they didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. They were just like, yep, that's all you gotta know.
Oof. Okay, I've got to remember how to do this. It may take me a few attempts.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely seems like a boss with some patterns to learn.
Fuck. Okay, yeah. It's gonna take me a minute to... get back in the zone here.
Yeah, fuck.
There we go.
There you go. Sorry, I'm just like totally invested in this.
Yeah, me too. Oops. Damn it.
Oh, that. Do you get distracted by items?
Yep. Damn it. Oh. He gives you such tight windows. There.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucker.
He's doing the Shao Kahn on you.
Yeah, right. Keep laying into him.
Wow.
Okay. Alright, we did make it to the second phase. Not bad.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's right. You're a race of giant birds.
Yeah, that's right, right? Kind of forgot about that.
Ah.
Music's on point,
Yes.
with being action-oriented, but still being unmistakably Metroid, too.
Oh, yeah, totally. Ah. I keep walking into him. That's problematic.
Oh. Did a little tricky on you.
She did. Oh, that's bad news, Bears. God, I love those missiles.
I know. It's almost kind of like
Oh.
near the end of the game, like, wow, do I have too many missiles? And then you get that. It's like, no.
Nope. I love how you have to use, like, absolutely every, like, tool in your arsenal.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, he like, gives you nothing. You just have to pick up his pattern and run with it. Oh, come on. I'm, like, getting too close to him while I'm doing this part.
Yeah, the bosses definitely got more, as far as final bosses, they got a little more involved after Mother Brain. Like, even Super Metroid
Oh,
Mother
yeah.
Brain is just a little bit of a damage sponge, and that's about as much as you get out of her.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, this is probably easily the most challenging final boss in Metroid history.
Yeah. Definitely
Like,
seems that way.
he really makes you work for it.
Oh, no, he's a fucking Sephiroth now.
Yeah, right.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's pissed. Ooh, baby. This is where you need the power bombs.
Okay.
Damn
What? You just end up facing the wrong way shortly after?
Yep.
Oof. What do you do if you don't have power bombs there? It's just a really
You just
hard
have
thing to avoid.
dodge it.
Nice.
Oh, come on, Chris. Good. I also think I can counter that part. Damn it.
Oh, he kind of hid that.
Oh my god. We were so close. We were so close. Oh, I should have countered that.
Take out his shins. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems like one if you don't take care of stuff right
Damn
away,
it.
you got barely any room to work with.
Oh my god. And why? There it is.
All right.
Okay, that was a really good comeback we just pulled.
Nice.
There it is. We're getting him. Hell yeah. I think we won. I might have just won this on the first shot.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, we fucking beat him in one try. That was just muscle memory.
Nice.
Granted, I lost a lot to him the first time I played this, but... Okay, so here's the huge twist that I think you're gonna love.
Ugh.
Not that. Of course, he was gonna try to weaponize her, but...
That-
Watch what she does in return, though. This is absolutely the coolest shit ever. Look at that fucking armor.
Oh, cool, yeah.
I know, isn't that bad? It is literally a hybrid of her Chozo armor and a literal Metroid skeleton. Sorry, like, I know we were actually talking, but this is just so freaking awesome. I love this part. Loading. Look at that.
Wow.
That is so badass. Why does he look like a tired grandpa now? Uh-oh. Caw! I cannot believe I beat him on my first go, though. I did not expect that.
Do you got, like, the super kind of easy but big boss deal? Yeah, okay. I just got Bowser Jr. from Yoshi's Island music stuck in my head.
Right.
Fuck.
I know. Boom!
Oh, that looked nasty.
Yeah. See, I love this so much more than, like, the other M style, because it just ends with Samus being unstoppably badass.
Yeah.
Well, time for the planet to blow up. Oh, shit. I kind of forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we are.
There
All
it
right.
is.
Wow.
Wow, that was bad. This beam just carves ass through everything.
Yeah.
Makes the hyper beam look like garbage.
Right.
Nothing lives.
Not enough, the planet's gonna blow. They need to die by my hand.
Yeah, right. Everything must die. But especially you punks. So anyways, you were... What were we even talking about before the final boss fight?
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't know.
There was some, like, the Dark Knight, and there was, like, being surprised by a game. Like I said, this actually surprised me, this sequence here. This is cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I expected a planet destroyed and everything, but first of all, you just talk about being, like, so completely badass.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for something, and that delivered, for sure.
Well, and it feels like a proper, like, send-off for, like, everything in the series thus far. You know? There it is.
Yeah. Man, that ticker, though, is kind of like...
Yeah, they're actually making you work for it.
And making you feel like, I don't know, you're underwater in a Sonic game. Like, it's a little just like, oh my god.
Right? Oh my god. She just obliterates that wall. Out of all of, like, the timer sequences in Metroid, this one actually feels like it has stakes.
Yeah, right? Like, you might die.
Yeah. And I kind of might. No, never mind. We're good. Because there's, like, one or two spots where you're like, holy shit, where do I go?
You will drain the ship of its energy.
Samus, stop. Chill the fuck out. That's basically what he's telling her. Isn't that creepy?
Yeah. Oh. It's the doctor.
I thought it was kind of be kind of like a Dead Space ending.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. All right, we're cool. So like the X Parasite and the Metroid DNA, which she has mastery of both, they kind of balance themselves out and like kind of keep her raw power in check. At least that's the way that I understand that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like she's not forever like this mutant Metroid thing. She's still like herself, but she can like access both.
Yeah,
like she can absorb the X parasites and she can, control like
don't wake her up by poking her with a pin or something though.
Yeah, right? There were no animals to save, at least as far as I can tell on that. If there were, we didn't save them.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
so
that was great.
It's really great. It is an excellent game. I'm a little pissed off that we had to wait 20 years for it, but at the same time, I mean, at the very least, we didn't wait 20 years and the game was disappointing.
Exactly. And I would rather wait 20 years for a great game than not have to wait very long for a crap one. You know?
Right. Well,
and if this is the last, I know it won't be the last Metroid game. Obviously, they're not going to give up one of their. I wouldn't say it's a cash cow like their other ones, but they wouldn't just make this. Oh, this is like the last thing. But maybe it's the end of Samus's story right here.
That's correct. Actually, they said that the story that they began telling in like the 80s when the first Metroid game came out, that this is the end of that arc. Like, not that we'll never see Samus in a game again, but that it won't be following this particular sequence of events.
Yeah.
Like how Metroid Prime is its own unique story that just happens to star Samus. Like, if we ever get another 2D Metroid, it won't be in this plot vein. But at the end of the day, like, who really cares whether it is or not? Because Metroid has always been less about the story and more about the exploration and gameplay.
Yeah, it's about the exploration.
So whatever the excuse they find to give you control of Samus again is just fine with me.
Yeah, and I love that Nintendo is like not so much teasing games anymore. They're kind of just like, hey, fuck it, here's Metroid. Guess what? It's coming out in 3 months.
I know, right? Like I love that. Like, what was it, like maybe a year and a half from when we heard about Mario Odyssey to when we actually were playing it? That was that's great. Zelda, they kind of tease a little bit, like it's been a while since we've known about Breath of the Wild 2, but
that's true.
We were talking last Shenmue episode about Final Fantasy development times. It's still nothing like that.
No. Nothing like, and they don't have to do that. Like Breath of the Wild, they didn't either, but at the same time, it's probably the most anticipated Nintendo game.
Oh yeah.
So they felt like,
me, but
yeah. And it's like, okay, we have to wait, did you say Mother 3?
No, I said except to me. Like, a lot of people are just freaking crazy about Breath of the Wild. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one point we disagree a little bit on.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not my favorite Zelda game, but I thought it was just amazing how much they changed it. Oh, yeah. And at the same time, I think we can agree what we'd want for a sequel is the marriage of those two things. Like, bring back the dungeons.
Exactly. That was my principal problem with it. Was like, I loved the open-endedness of it, but it was so open-ended that like the core mechanics surrounding like puzzle solving and really rewarding dungeon gameplay were almost completely absent.
Yeah. Because they were never.
That was a bummer. Like, I did not think that the 100 shrines were a substitute for the dungeon puzzle.
No, not at all. I think they were. If they were like supplemental, then it's like, damn, that's a lot of supplemental stuff. Like, cool.
Yeah.
But and to have they have a big enough worlds to add that much supplemental stuff.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, but
by the end of them, I kind of got sick of them.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, by the end, it was like the ones that I didn't naturally stumble upon. It's like, fuck. Well, I guess I got to get these last like 20.
And screw those motion control puzzles. Those were.
Oh yeah.
Those were not good.
sometimes they were easy enough to like game,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were not fun.
No, that was not a fun part.
But yeah, that's the fact that they gave you all the power-ups and like abilities in the tutorial. It was like, yes, there were puzzles, and they did find some inventive ways to be like, oh, we've been through so many shrines and all this, but I still, this is still interesting for this divine beast. But they were nothing like unique dungeons at all, and that is. I understand the difficulty of doing that for a.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I'm looking forward to Breath of the Wild 2, and I'll play it. But it is, I'm hoping they course correct a little bit on like things like the dungeons. But we're sidetracked here. What was your final thoughts on Dread?
If this is a send off for at least this kind of storyline for
you get wallpapers depending on like what time you beat it in.
Oh, that's cool. Wallpapers just in the gallery mode or something?
Well, so here's the cool thing. You know how, like, with the Switch, you can take screenshots and then, post them on places.
Okay.
So yeah, like, you could technically take a screenshot of this and then send it to yourself as a wallpaper.
Gotcha.
There's Samus Returns, which is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a Super Metroid one that I really want. It's basically just like a redo of the cover art of Super Metroid.
Oh, fuck. Seriously? Okay.
Yeah. I think you have to beat it like sub 3 hours or something like that, though.
Okay, so you got 100% items. Have you beaten it on hard mode yet?
No, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
But, like, basically, I didn't want to run it too concurrently with this playthrough so that, like, I still had some exploration to do with you. Here, because I'd only played through it once, so some of it was pretty fresh.
Okay, well, I think we were just talking about marrying new Zelda with like kind of classic Zelda. I feel like this game married they didn't take the DNA away from Metroid at all. They weren't like hung up on respecting it, but they still did. They didn't change what it felt like, while adding so many things that just make the game better.
Oh yeah.
And it's the cinematics, the animation, the fact that over the years the sequence breaking was very much something that the community invented basically and put into it.
They just kind of ran with it.
And then they were like, okay,
good for them.
We'll incorporate that. Yeah. I kind of
feel like I kind of feel like Nintendo wouldn't have had the balls to do that, but Mercury Steam did.
I agree. Yeah, they might not have. I mean, Nintendo's definitely surprised us.
Yeah, but when you look at like Metroid Fusion, which was the last Metroid game to be developed in-house by them,
just under Nintendo, yeah.
They did no sequence breaking, and it was like the most linear
story-driven
of the Metroid games.
It
wasn't a bad game, but it was... No. Yeah.
Wait, who did Zero? Because Zero Mission was after Fusion, right?
Zero Mission was Team Ninja.
Oh, fuck,
no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Other M was Team
Other
Ninja.
M, yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, Zero Mission was by Nintendo.
Yeah, but at the same time, what are they going to do with a remake of the original game? Like, make that linear? No.
Yeah, no. They did. You're right. They did do an excellent job with that.
But
weirdly enough, the series thrived by being handed off to outside studios.
Oh hell yeah! And I think like maybe people in Nintendo, you got the main director basically, but they might not have had the people or the teams that did Super Metroid, and that kind of stuff anymore. This is probably the smartest thing. And this guy saw a team who not only loved Metroid, but were super talented in making these types of games. This is the best thing they could have done. This is absolutely the best thing they could have done. Yeah. And I feel like Nintendo, you were talking about like speedrunning community and sequence breaking. Mm-hmm. If Nintendo was like, hey, yeah, let's incorporate that, and then they like tell you how to do it in a tutorial or something, that would have sucked. Like,
oh yeah, totally.
By the way,
did you know that you could maybe take an alternate route and get this and say? But yeah, no, they didn't do it that way. They let Metroid be kind of what the fans wanted it to be. Like they didn't think too hard about it. And when the developers themselves saw that, oh hey, this part can be done in a different order, instead of patching it so that it couldn't, they just went ahead and left it in there and created some bonuses for people who figure that out, which is just a cool thing for a developer to do. Like so much so that I would say that this is just Super Metroid only beats it for me because of nostalgia.
Yeah, I get that.
Like if I played this at the same time as Super Metroid, they would probably be equal, or I might prefer this over it slightly.
I agree. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you're right, it was a 20-year wait, but it was a 20-year wait for what is essentially the definitive Metroid experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
there's not
like,
much more to it to add, right? Like, it's...
like, what more can you say? That's it. Max, next time on Play the Hits, we're gonna start getting ready to put Shenmue to bed. We've definitely got to go back to Ocarina. That is a crime, what I've done to that.
You gotta remember how to play that game.
Well, we keep getting, like, somewhere in it, and then we, like, get on a side project, and that becomes a main project.
Then that becomes a main project,
we had to play this, and, you know.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, yeah, I'll beat Shenmue. We probably only have, like 3 episodes max, for sure. Probably 2 episodes. Maybe. We'll see. But, because after the 70-man battle, it kind of just drives the bus on its own.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot of Bunny Man still.
Oh, yeah, we got some Bunny Man to do.
We got some Bunny Man to do.
But yeah, let me get on Shenmue before, like, some other Nintendo announces some other crazy game and it comes out, and, you know, we have to play that instead of Ocarina.
Sounds right. All right, dude. Well, hey, we'll catch you next time, and I'm glad you enjoyed.
All right. Catch you later.
See you, buddy.